Ever asked an AI a question and gotten two totally different answers? Like, is online learning as effective as classroom learning? And got yes from one model and no from another. You're not alone, and researchers are obsessed with figuring out why this happens. Let's dive into the fascinating world of AI and how it tackles tricky, conflicting information. Here's the thing. AI models like ChatGPT or Gemini aren't just spitting out answers from a textbook. They're sifting through vast amounts of data, trying to make sense of it all. But what happens when that data contradicts itself? Imagine asking, what's the capital of Israel? And getting Jerusalem from one source and Tel Aviv from another. One of them is wrong, and the AI has to figure out which one. This is where the real magic happens. Scientists and engineers are working hard to teach AI how to handle these knowledge conflicts. Think of it like training a student to not just memorize facts, but to question, compare, and decide what's accurate. For example, some researchers are building datasets like ConflictingQA and DebateQA, essentially, giant libraries of tricky questions where answers clash. These tests push AI to recognize when information is outdated, biased, or just plain wrong. Here's a cool twist. They're teaching AI to explain its thinking. Instead of just saying Jerusalem, a model might now say, some sources say Tel Aviv, but others point to Jerusalem. I'll go with a more recent one because it's better supported by current data. Or, one source claims X, but that's factually incorrect, so I'll ignore it. It's like giving AI a built-in fact-checker and a critical thinking tool. And it's not just about fixing answers, it's about building trust. Researchers are using techniques like search engine augmentation to refresh AI with real-time data, or designing systems that admit uncertainty when they're not sure. Imagine an AI saying, I'm not entirely sure, but here's what I think based on the latest info. That's not just politeness, it's a breakthrough in making AI more reliable. This brings us to a groundbreaking approach, Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RAG. Think of RAG as an AI that's like a student who looks up facts during a test. It pulls real-time data from the web to answer questions. But here's the twist. When those sources disagree, the AI has to figure out how to handle it. And that's where a new study steps in. The researchers didn't just notice the problem. They created a taxonomy of conflicts, like a cheat sheet for AI to recognize different types of disagreements. Let me walk you through the main categories. No conflict. Sources agree even if they phrase things differently. Like April 1912 versus April 10th for the Titanic sinking. Complementary info. Sources add different pieces to the puzzle. For example, CI could mean criminal investigation or cardiac arrest. Conflicting opinions. When sources argue, like debating whether fasting helps diabetes patients. Outdated info. Answers that become wrong over time, like claiming same-sex marriage is legal in 32 countries when the real number is higher. But how do you teach AI to handle all this? The team built a benchmark dataset called Conflicts, a collection of 458 real-world queries, each labeled by experts to show what kind of conflict it is. Think of it as a training ground for AI, where it learns to spot disagreements, outdated info, or complementary answers. Here's how they made it. They scraped search results, had humans debate each conflict, and used a three-step review process to ensure accuracy. Why? Because AI can't always tell the difference between a harmless disagreement and outright misinformation. For example, one source might falsely claim Prison Break Season 5 came out in 2017, when the real date is 2021. Humans had to flag that. The experiments showed something interesting. When AI models were prompted to recognize these conflicts, their accuracy improved by up to 22%. This isn't just about better answers. It's about creating AI that can navigate the messy, evolving web of human knowledge. From projects like Gemma 3, which helps AI retain information better, to faithful testing, if models can stick to facts even when given absurd premises, this research is shaping the future of AI. So next time your AI says, I'm not entirely sure, remember, it's not just being cautious. It's doing the hard work of separating fact from fiction. And that's exactly the kind of smart, careful thinking we need as AI becomes part of our everyday lives. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore how AI handles other tricky scenarios, hit subscribe, because the future of smart machines is full of surprises. Stay curious and let me know your thoughts below.